What's up, Gemini? Welcome to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. So happy to have all my Gemini friends here with me today. Welcome, welcome. We are going to do a fun little tarot spread for you, all about career and finances. Do keep in mind, these are general messages. Not everything I say will resonate with all the Geminis out there. Poppers already, I love it. So please only take away messages that are for your best and highest good, and you will know intuitively what those are. If I don't seem to be picking up on your energy, feel free to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign if you would like additional messages, or check out some of the other fantastic readers on YouTube. Don't limit yourself to one. If anything I say doesn't fit your circumstance or scenario, you can release it. You don't need to force it to fit. What else do you need to know? Everything else is written in that description box below, including the decks I'm using, as well as my social media. Check me out on the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. What else? Oh, check out your September monthlies if you're interested. You also have a love video up and a few others that are still relevant. I don't really do time-specific reads. That's just not how I operate. So yeah, have a play. Check those out if you're interested. We're going to hop in for my Gemini friends. All right, so your energy coming into, I'll say, roughly the month of September. But again, energy is free-flowing. There's really no timestamp here. The Star card. I love it. And what a beautiful depiction of it. So the card of Aquarius. The innovative thinker, the free thinker, thinking outside the box and almost like this dreamy wonderland world, right? What's interesting about this card is that it does come after the Tower. So the Tower is major extreme changes, things that can sometimes shake us to the core, right? Yeah, so, and because the Star comes after, it is a card of healing, recuperating from all those major changes, all the chaos, like the shitstorm that maybe we somehow got thrown into. And yeah, we're doing the work to rebuild from it, to heal from it, but really it's healing of our soul and of our life path. Where do we want to go from here? It's like there's a whole sky above us. There's a sky full of stars. What is our North Star? What is guiding us? Where do we want to go from here? So for a lot of my Geminis, you're doing really deep thinking about the future. And with this, yes, she's at like a lake or a pond or whatever, but there's this stream that is going up and over the hills. So water standing for our emotions in tarot. What is the road to more, I'm almost getting like wish fulfillment, but what is going to make you the most happy? What is going to bring you the most joy? What road can you go down? What changes can you make? That is not only going to be healing to your soul, but it's going to incite more happiness in your life. Interesting. So immediately I'm sensing that maybe some of my Geminis are not loving where they're at right now. Underlying energy for that is, yeah, boom, 5 of Cups. The spilled cups, disappointments of the past. I'm going to be honest, sometimes this is like the woe is me card, the poor me, my life is so hard. And I'm not throwing shade, Gemini. I got mad love for you. But the reason why this makes sense to me is because some of you have been hit with a Tower. So it is very natural in our healing process when something crazy comes into our life and we're having to recuperate, you know, maybe financially we're recovering from some sort of burden or some hit on our bank account or whatever happens. Very frequently in the healing process, there is anger, there is resentment, there is some saddened feelings, some depression, some these cups are spilled and how am I ever going to get over it? This ruined my life. It's that type of energy. Something is weighing on you heavily, right? Look, her dress is soaking wet. However, the silver lining to this card is that there are still 2 cups that are upright, 2 cups that are remaining full to the brim, which again is the idea of potential joy, happiness. Cups and water, it's our love, it's our emotions, it's our joy in life. It's potentially partnership, who we want to exchange cups with, whether it's romantic or a collaboration in your business. So yeah, getting over the disappointments of the past and looking towards the future, and I will say optimistically, with a glass half full attitude. So that's the energy you're in. So I mean, I actually like that. It actually is quite optimistic. So hopefully I didn't lose my Geminis by that small statement I made about woe is me, because you've been through a Tower. I get it, right? But it's about recognizing you can't stay in that woe is me state forever if you want to rebuild, right? If you want to feel better, if you want your life to progress forward. Eventually it's like you do have to do the inner work. You do have to do the healing. And I think my Geminis are. I mean, that was your first card out. Heavy Aquarian energy. Some of you may have like an Aquarius moon or an Aquarius rising. What is going to be your challenge or focus in the coming weeks, in the coming months? The Nine of Fire. Okay. So this is sometimes the wounded warrior card, someone who's been through a tremendous deal. Someone who has their defenses up, sometimes somebody who feels, or somebody who may have trust issues, because with fire, it's like you've been burned in the past. So you're very hesitant on who you're letting through the gate. Symbolically, it's like you're the gatekeeper, but it's really talking about who you're letting into your life, right? Who you're wanting to work with and collaborate at work, right? Or at home, for that matter. Sagittarian energy. Could also be Leo or Aries. Well, those came right out. The Four of Swords, okay? So the card of mental rest. And the Magician, Virgo, and Gemini energy. So you are in that card. Let's see here. I just heard needing to take a break from your boss. Some of you may have a boss that's driving you nuts. And yeah, it's like you're going back to like getting your chill vibe back when you're away from them, when you're out of the studio, when you're out of the office, out of the wherever you work. It's like taking a bath with my glass of wine, my bubble bath. It's something just like you got to get away from this person. Like they are obviously depicted as kind of like the greasy car salesman, you know, the appliance salesman, whatever. It's like they're nickel and diming you and maybe kind of have a scheme. Maybe it's just someone you don't trust. I mean, I did, when this card came out, I did say maybe you have trust issues. Maybe you felt like you got duped in the past. And so with, again, the Four of Swords following the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is heartbreak, it's disappointment, it's sorrow, it's depression in our mind, as well as in our heart space, sure, but it's somebody who played mind games with you, somebody who hurt you, and so you're having to like take a breather, take some, it's really about mental rest, getting yourself well again so that you can go out there and fight the fight. You know, wounded warrior, it's his job, he has to stand his post, right? Even on days where he or she, whatever, is exhausted, it's your job, you got to go out there and do it. So oh God, Gemini, I feel for you. Your challenge is just getting out there and doing it. I think some of you are borderline exhausted, potentially from a person. Maybe your boss has a Gemini or a Virgo. It doesn't have to be that though. I'm sorry, I was supposed to say the Virgo. So Virgo is important for you guys. The Magician in a lower vibration can be the master manipulator. He manipulates energy, right? He has all the tools to create whatever he wants, but there's something about illusion here. He's going to tell you what you want to hear. A smoke and mirrors, you know, pulling a rabbit out of a hat, so to say. There's something about trickery, or there's something about things not being as they appear. Deceit, maybe deceitful energy. I don't know how harmful it is, but I do think your defenses are up. The idea of putting on a mask when you're at work, having to fake it a little bit to, maybe you just don't morally agree with what this person is selling, what your company is selling, their sales tactics, whatever it is. And yeah, there's something here about like guarding your energy, protecting your energy so that like if you're surrounded by people who you feel are toxic or just kind of like slimy, like grease balls, you don't want to be around them. There's something about being very protective of your energy. So yes, maybe you sit across from them in the cubicle, but it's very like sterile relationship. Hi, good morning, and then like you focus on the numbers, back to the books. It's like, I'm just getting that you're not wanting to interact, you're not wanting to mingle with the group, you're a little bit defensive or off on your own. But Gemini, I think you want to be. I think you're seeking seclusion or you're seeking isolation. Absolutely, with this, like meditation is something you do on your own. It's very like spiritual, right? It's one, it's solitude. This person drives you crazy. They mix everything up. If it's your partner, if it's your collaborator, it's like every time you pass the ball off to them, they drop it. This person is like a constant screw up. You feel like the place in which you work, it's out of control. It's like the spinning of a washer dryer. It's like this crazy cycle that just never ends. That's important here. You're caught in a cycle. And with the 9 of Wands, it's close to the end of a cycle, right? When we reach the 10, cycles have been completed. And the 10 of Wands is all about releasing burdens, releasing these heavy things that we've been carrying for so long, potentially in our career or for a number of years, however it applies to you. You're getting there, but yeah, your challenge is that you're not quite there yet. If some of you are thinking of leaving, I'm just getting, there's a reason why you can't quite leave yet. And so you're trying to make peace with the idea of having to be around this situation or this person a little bit longer. This thing that drives you crazy, that it's annoying, it's loud, it's obnoxious. You're standing guard, you're suspicious of it, you're not getting yourself involved more than you need to. And so because that's coming up as your challenge, maybe you're being called to participate more. Maybe you're being asked why you're not stepping in more. And or maybe it could be something as simple as they invite you out to happy hour and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't. But it's like the 9th time that's happened. They're like, Gemini, like, what, do you not like us? And so you're like, oh, no, it's not that. It's just, so interestingly enough, this could also represent you in the idea of having, again, smoke and mirrors, having to maybe tell some white lies, because you're just trying to keep your chill. You're just trying to keep your peace. You're a wounded warrior. So we know that you have it in you to fight, right? We know that like your defenses are up. So if somebody pushes you to the edge, you will snap back, right? You will use that wand as a weapon if you have to. So yeah, this is like you're not wanting to be provoked. That expression of don't poke the bear. Your challenge is if you're the bear, not getting poked. Keeping calm, keeping very cool and collected, you know, doing the work you have to get done, punching in, punching out, and like getting the hell out of there. That's what I'm getting. It is very, I think a lot of you are kind of going within, again, this like spiritual journey of having hope that there is something else, that there is light at the end of the tunnel, that maybe doing this BS work or working with this person, maybe it is going to open a door for you in the future that's going to lead to more fulfillment, more happiness, more joy in your work life. But yeah, right now it is a little bit stuck. I think you're wanting to progress things forward faster than they are going. So what is the help available to you, Gemini? The Rook. Interesting. So this is the Tower. All right, well, there it is. Guys, this is so cool. So we were talking about how the star comes after the Tower, right? So as I was saying, most of you have already experienced the Tower. You're in this energy. So for those who are like, I haven't experienced a Tower, like my life is pretty smooth. I guess maybe it's not great, but like now it's like you're worried, right? You're anticipating the shitstorm. You don't need to. That's really important because what's coming up in your help, what is helpful to you? The Tower. So whether you've already been through it or whether you're about to experience major changes, that's what the Tower is, right? Things that are not on a solid or steady foundation. It's like the Tower comes in to wipe the slate clean so that you can rebuild, right? All bets are off here, right? And it can be a tricky energy. It's not always the most easy or pleasant thing to deal with, right? It's helpful. Whatever major changes are happening in your life, even if it's chaos right now, even if it's upheaval right now, even if you don't feel like money money isn't flowing, right? You're not, living the high life. There's something about the major changes and possibly difficulties, possibly the burdens that you're experiencing now. It's going to be helpful to you either now or in the future. For a lot of you, it's in the future. Something about you're learning how to deal with people gracefully. You're learning how to maintain composure in group situations or in dynamics that make you feel uncomfortable. Maybe, again, it's pushing you to the edge. You're learning not to pop off. That's really interesting. You're going to come out the victor. You're like, look at you. You're dressed in like this fancy ball gown and you're like walking away from the Tower while other people are like flying out of it. They don't know what to do. For some of you, maybe the company's going under and some people are going to be released or transferred to a different branch. You're walking away from it, again, very cool, calm, and collected, because a lot of my Geminis are doing spiritual work. They're working on their internal and the way they process emotions. Keeping very controlled, contained emotions, not getting over, again, not popping off. cool, calm, and collected. I've said it a lot, but it's important. Especially dealing with people you don't like or don't trust. Hang in there, be patient, because you're maintaining your composure may shine some light on you that makes you look particularly attractive or useful. I have the hiccups. Useful, so that later down the line, if a position opens up or they need someone for something, they're going to look back and remember how Gemini dealt with this really tricky situation in a very peaceful way. I also just got the message about turning on blinders to things that you're really unhappy with. It has to do with this magician. Again, the master manipulator. Some of you are being put in a really difficult position where you saw something or overheard something that made you very uncomfortable, and you're having to put blinders on. Because it is air, sword energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, communication. You're wanting to speak up or say something, but again, I'm just getting in the current moment you can't. It's the card of rest. It's not swift action or communication. She has cucumbers over her eyes, but what I'm getting at here is like you've had to turn a blind eye. This person may have done something that was like morally or like just not ethical, or maybe lied or cheated, or I don't know if it stole something, but I'm just getting some of my Geminis witnessed something that was a little bit shady. And maybe that's why you're keeping your distance, because it's like, I see you. You showed me your true colors. I'm good. I'm going to stay way the hell over here because I'm just getting like, you're toxic. Don't touch me. Don't even look at me. Interesting. And I don't even know if you're communicating that, but you're certainly thinking of it. And again, it has the potential to be a very toxic thought or a toxic emotion that could eat away at you. And so I think that's why you're making great strides. Making great strides with this card. That's important, to just like let it roll right off your back, because I think, Gemini, you know you're destined for greater things. This is a temporary situation. This is a temporary landing spot for a lot of you. Maybe you took this job because you had to. Maybe you're being forced extra hours because whatever, somebody left the company and you're having to pick up the slack. Something about this is temporary, and unfortunately there was a downside to it. There's something about it that's just, it's rubbing you the wrong way. It's creeping you out. You're not liking, you might be feeling like someone's taking advantage of you. Major changes are coming and it's helpful. So let's clarify that. I feel like I'm rambling. Sorry, guys. What is the underlying energy for this tower? Maybe we'll find out what caused this tower. Two of Wands. Okay. So somebody not choosing a path. The Two of Wands, again, it talks about forward movement, swift action, choosing a path. Twos always talk about a decision or a choice, the two, one or the other. Sometimes it can be, hey, let's incorporate both. But specifically with Wands, a lot of times it talks about the path forward. It can be travel, sure, it could be the journey forward, moving to this city, starting a branch or location in that, in that venue, in this, this way, that way. It can certainly be a physical location, but it could also be the direction in which you're taking a project. I'm getting that somebody didn't make a decision. Somebody didn't move forward swiftly enough, and maybe there was a missed opportunity. That's what this tower could be. There could have been some huge opportunity to take the business I am getting maybe in another location, or the project, the team in another direction, appeal to a new client group, generate more numbers, more money, more guests, more whatever it is. The path wasn't taken, it was avoided, there was indecision, and because of that, the tower is coming down. I don't know if that has to do with people being let go, or somebody suffering the consequence of it, but I'm not getting that it was you, Gemini, because again, you're walking away from this tower with your head held high. Interesting. Somebody could have made a poor decision. Somebody could have made the wrong decision, and the idea of choices, we could go this way with it or we could go that way with it. Somebody may have gone that way with it, and I think it was this person, and it was not the right decision. There was a misstep. There was something done that should not have been done. Again, something about like the liar, cheater, thief, or like the smooth talking manipulator. The tower may be caused because of their actions, and so I don't know what the circumstance of this would be. It's going to be different for everyone out there. But I'm just getting, when it comes down to it, it's almost like justice is served and you're walking away in the clear. You're walking away with the damage has been done, but like you don't have a cut or a bruise on you. Because like you're not to be held accountable for what went down. Maybe you were vouching for a decision to be made. Maybe you were in opposition of this person. I mean, look, you are, right? Your guard is up. Maybe you were in opposition of, hey, I think we should take, you know, the project this way. I think we should go to this group. And maybe this person fought you on it, and ultimately, look, that's what happens. So it's like you're coming out in a shining light. It's like, I'm not saying you're the hero, but there's something about it that your thoughts are validated, Gemini. I almost called you Aquarius. You might be dealing with an Aquarius or have very strong Aquarius in your chart. From the tower comes hope, right? When we're stuck in the tower, it's dark. We can't see the light of day. This tower had to come down in order for hope to be restored, in order to see that guiding light. Again, that there's a whole star, there's a whole sky, there's a whole universe out there that you're meant to explore and discover. I almost called you Aquarius, Gemini. So yeah, this situation, I keep wanting to say shitstorm, you're coming out of it completely untainted. I think you're kind of doing that smug sort of, told you so. But yeah, you're not suffering the consequences of this tower. Most of you are moving on from it. Bottom of your deck is the Emperor. And wow, and the Nine of Water, so wish fulfillment. Your dreams coming true to build your own empire if you're going into business for yourself. Or maybe you're getting this person's position. Maybe they're being fired. And again, it's like something makes you stand out in the crowd to the point where you're going to be escalated. You're going to rise above. You're going to be the star, right? You have the star card. You might be the successor or something. You may be, maybe this has to do with inheritance. I don't know. Maybe there's some sort of sum of money coming your way or a new title or a new role. And yeah, it's like you're becoming the empire or the emperor. You're strong in your power. You're strong in your convictions. You're standing by your beliefs. You're not easily swayed. You're not easily tricked and manipulated. It's like, yes, you are very confident and unshakable, unstoppable. The tower comes in to shake things up and sometimes leads to ruin. It's not in the cards for you, pun intended. It's not in the cards for you, Gemini, because you are stable. You are solid. Your foundation is good. You know where you stand. You're sitting on your own, your own morals, your own ethics, your own way of doing things that are in complete opposition to this gentleman. It doesn't have to be a guy, but yeah, it's like stick to your guns. Because again, it's like you're being guided by something greater. It's your intuition. So whatever you're feeling potentially about like that scam artist in the office and the workplace, there's something to that. And again, how I was saying the I told you so energy, that's what that looks like to me. I told you so. See all these cups behind me? Yeah, they're my cups and I worked for them. Cups in a financial or career spread to me can very much be representative of money. The idea of cash flow, money is currency. It's an energy, right? So if you have 9 cups behind you on the wish fulfillment card, you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right, Gemini. It will all work out, but look, this is saying live in the now. Keep them nose in them books. Do the work at hand. How I was saying, for those who do not want to interact with this toxic person or be in this toxic situation, focus on the task at hand. This is about becoming the master at your craft. It's the artisan card. It's the apprenticeship card. If you do the work and live in the moment, don't live in the past. Don't be anxious about what the future holds. Stick to the work at hand. Good things are going to come about. Unexpected things are going to come about. Sorry, Gemini, I had to pause you there. I was coughing so bad. All right, so let's look at your advice or guidance. We'll wrap this up here. The Three of Earth. Wow, this card has come out quite a bit, actually. I think for all my air signs. So the teamwork card. Because it's coming after the tower, rebuilding from the destruction. But look at you. It's like you're in control. You're taking on this leadership role. Some of you, I am sensing there's going to be a like climbing up. I don't know if it's up the corporate ladder or taking on new roles, taking on new responsibilities because that person kept screwing up, and maybe they're going to be let go, or maybe they're going to be demoted. You're going to rise. Look, it's like climbing up a ladder, right? And you're going to be in control. You're going to be giving orders. You're going to be doing things the way that you want them done, the way you see fit. Something about things are going to fit like a puzzle piece. It fits just right in your I don't know, in your master plan, in your way of doing things. Something about this card speaks to me about family coming together too. Maybe some of you are involved in a project that involves your family in some way, using them as a resource, or maybe your family's loaning you a little bit of money to help get things off the ground, or whatever that means. Let's clarify that. So your advice or guidance is find your tribe, maybe. See if there's someone. Oh, network with your friends. Especially for those trying to leave this job. Again, some of you, maybe you're trying to, go up in the company, whatever that means. For others trying to leave, this is actually saying reach out to your friends so that you can network, because there might be something you can build with them. Give your resume to people you trust, people who are reliable, who are steady and solid people in your life. They might be able to pass it off to someone who could help you. Again, the idea of you stand out in the crowd, you're the star. Maybe some of you are going into a career of like arts and entertainment, where you're going to be the center of attention. A lot of, a lot of publicity I just heard, or notoriety, or it could be fame and fortune, right? Again, that's not really my style to read in that sense of you're going to be famous and win the lottery and but it could be for a select few of you, the idea of stardom, especially when you have really strong cards. Wish fulfillment after doing a tremendous amount of work. You also have the Emperor and the Empress, a divine pairing, and in terms of a career spread, the most bomb cards, basically. Like the King of Money, it's not just the King of Pentacles, he's the Emperor. He builds an empire. And who does he build it with? The Empress. That's pretty significant. Something about a divine pairing, again, maybe with a friend or a soulmate, someone you're going to meet who is going to escalate your career, who's maybe going to help put you in the spotlight, or at minimum, get your work out there, get your resume out there for other eyes to see. There's something about this tower that is very fortuitous. It is a good fortune. All this change and upheaval, maybe you are released from a job. If that's the case, it's divinely guided, because there's a path to joy and happiness that lies ahead. And again, I'm not saying this to put fear in your heart. I think you guys will already have a very good indication if your company's about to fold, because I'm just getting like something, or many people would constantly be screwing up. It wouldn't be a shock if your company were to be going under, because again, you were fighting to go down some sort of path that you were trying to get people on the same page as you, to collaborate with you or champion your idea, and they didn't. They resisted it. So again, it's like you guys dug your own grave. See, I told you so. And for some of you, it has to do with people not believing you. For some of you, it has to do with the idea of, I don't know, people telling you, you're never going to amount to anything, or this idea is stupid, you're never going to be a famous rock and roll singer, whatever. It's just turned into like a teen comedy. I don't want your life, Dad. See, I told you so. I told you I was good at this. I told you I was master at my craft. Judgment, right? Before we close out a cycle, there's something that needs to be re-examined. Then we go into the world. Then it's like your business grows. Then you're on the World Wide Web, right? You're on the internet. You're an internet sensation, right? I'm throwing out scenarios here. I'm not going to say that's happening for everyone out there, but something bigger is coming. Absolutely. I don't question that in the least. Something bigger is coming. You hold the key to your future. You just have to decide what door you want to unlock. That message just came through. Yeah, all right, I love that. So the underlying energy of the teamwork card, or as I was saying, networking with friends, people are going to help you build or get your resume or your face or your work out there. It's grounded in the energy of the sun. Love, light, peace, joy, harmony, good relationships, rebirth, renewal, regrowth, much like Judgment. So your tribe, the people that do have your back, that you love, that you admire, that you admire their work, you potentially would like to work with them one day, those people do have good energy surrounding them. So again, I would reach out to them. If some of you are fearing that you're going to lose your job, or some of you are just so disgusted by how this company operates, you want out, I would maybe reach out to some people in your tribe, or again, even your family. Maybe there's an opportunity where, your uncle so-and-so needs someone to come and help. And boom, then it's a lot happier, right? There's more room for growth, for these seeds, for these pentacles to grow into a tree. Whatever it is, it's like there's stunted growth here. There's been loss, there's been disappointment, there's been sorrow. You're healing from it, but I'm just getting you're destined for greater things. That North Star that's guiding you, keep following it, because something tells me it doesn't just lead you to this. That would be kind of like it wouldn't be an exciting ending to your story, Gemini, right? We're all writing our own books. We're writing our own stories. This is the end of a chapter, right? And then I left the slime ball, period, end of sentence. Then a new chapter begins, right? With Judgment. There's something else. Maybe you're going back to a skill that you've utilized in the past, but maybe it's sort of dropped off your radar for a bit. But yeah, something about your wish fulfillment, things that you're dreaming about doing, they're going to come to the forefront, and they're probably a bankable idea. With the Emperor and the Empress, again, this could be your mother and your father. This could be your husband, your wife, your romantic partner. Maybe you're going into a family business together. You're sitting on a very bankable skill or talent or idea that is going to open up many doors, not only to your own joy and happiness, but to abundance, to cash flow, to money flow. All right, Gemini, this was actually like a kick-ass reading. I really like it. I'm dying to know who this is. So let me know in the comments below what resonated for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate that. And I will see you beautiful Geminis next time. Bye, guys.